Welcome back to the After Dark podcast where we discuss topics that are none of our business. It's your boy Black Mike on the mic. We got Big Stir up top. You already know what it is. Make sure you like and subscribe. Ring the notification bell so you never miss an After Dark podcast episode. Follow on, for our audio listeners, follow on whatever audio platform you're listening to. Give us 5 stars if you're feeling ever so gracious. And like we always say, give us 3 stars if you're being truthful. We do not care. We'll take what we can get. So that's how it is. Yeah, so this is episode 31. We're back with another episode. We got some cool topics on the dock. But before we do that, Sterling, how you doing, man? How was your week? How was Halloween for you? This is actually right here. This is Halloween night. So when y'all listening, y'all gonna get this on Wednesday. We're actually filming on Halloween night. I cut off my front porch light so no dumbass kids come over and try to look for some candy. Nope, you ain't getting none. I don't have any candy.
You should have just left the bucket outside, bro, and just let some kid get, and
Hell no, bro. Hell no. There's a lot of nappy-headed niggas surrounding the neighborhood, and I know them kids ain't gonna take 2 pieces. They just that shit gonna be gone after like 5 kids. They gonna dump that bitch in their bag. Cause I would, shit. I never 2 pieces, my ass. Kiss my ass, nigga.
I mean, I never was a 2-piece.
I look right into that Ring doorbell and be like, scoop. Fuck you.
Appreciate it. Look right there and be like, hey, peace. Appreciate you, dog. Keep moving.
Oh, yeah. And if you're in the Halloween spirit, make sure you check out my little bro Montybynum's Thrill of the Night Halloween song. It's pretty creative. It's pretty cool. It's a spinoff of a Thriller by Michael Jackson. So check that out. But Sterling, how are you doing, man? How was your Halloween weekend?
Oh, yeah, good. Interesting week, to say the least. A lot of stuff happened. Not necessarily all things that are super notable, but a lot of stuff happened. Per ups and downs of life, which is normal. Keep it trekking. But, yeah, Halloween weekend was cool. A buddy of mine from college, actually one of my fraternity brothers, he invited me out to go, and, we started at his place, went to another pregame at somebody's townhouse, then went out and, I met up with one of my older fraternity brothers. He was there, and he's actually an attorney down here. And chill with him. He's so fucking funny, dude. You never expect this dude to have the taste of music he does. It's actually insane. He was he brought his whole ass speaker to this townhome and was DJing for that pregame before we went out. And we didn't even go out straight after that. We went and ate right across from kind of where we were gonna start going out at. But funny enough, yeah. Cool weekend. I literally just said to somebody the other day, I was like, dude, I gotta stop drinking. It's so bad. It's so bad. It kills me. I felt like a train wreck. But, yeah, went out. People I was with called it a pretty early night. So then my older fraternity brother was like, oh, I have to go back to my place. Then I'm going to go back out. And he was like, yo. Then it's 1:15. I'm sitting outside of my buddy that invited me out to his apartment. And somebody passes by. I was on a different level at this point. And I was like, somebody was passed by. Oh my gosh, you look so good. And then somebody else yells, fuck yes, you look so fucking good. I was like, damn, bro. And I'm feeling myself. But met up with them. Then I came back to my apartment, and then my roommate and his girlfriend were drinking. And I started drinking with them. Don't even remember coming back upstairs that night at all. We went downstairs and played pool and just we're drinking some more. And I was woke up fully clothed, shoes. Were my shoes off? I can't even remember, dude. Fully clothed in my bed on top, slept like a mummy, bro.
That's a good sleep.
Yeah, I was gone, and I'm not joking, bro. I was feeling it all day, and I was resentful to eat because I would have had to prepare my meal, which I've been eating 2 Italian sausages, 3 eggs, and a thing of rice and yogurt for breakfast, and it's super protein heavy. For those that obviously don't know, been working out a ton, so trying to gain weight, gain muscle, whatever. And I couldn't even like get myself to do that. And I actually enjoy that meal. And I just was like, nah, dude, I'm not doing anything at all. I ended up eating like a chunk of like some leftover hamburger helper I had from like earlier in the week. But yeah, it was an interesting one. But how about yourself, man? Obviously, I know you've been not too busy, but as of moving in and kind of doing some things, moving around. I know you got a little surprise. You surprised everybody on the gram this weekend. So yeah, it had a lot going on.
Yes, sir. Got a little pup, little Bow Wow, little bitty boxer. He's actually right here beside me, knocked out. Thank God, bro. I've been tired of shit. But no, honestly, he's pretty chill though. Like I just have to wake up like usually around 1 and 4 o'clock in the morning and let him out. But he's already he'll go out in like 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm not like really out there long, but I'm definitely fucking zombie sleepwalking, like letting this nigga out. Then I'll try and put him in his crate and he'll go crazy, like ballistic, trying to and I'm just like, nah, this is not gonna work because I'm like, I need to sleep. Like I will not be able to function as a human if you don't let me get some sleep. So he's basically been like sleeping in the bed with me. It's the only way he'll chill. But he's been straight though. Like he don't use the bathroom in the bed. If we gotta use the bathroom, he'll lick my face, wake me up, and I'll be
That's nice though.
Be like, damn nigga, right now, bro.
It's replication of a child, man. Replication of a child.
And then so I'll take him out and whatnot. And then the thing is so he'll get like a 10 to 20 minute burst of energy after he wakes up, and then he'll go to sleep for 2-3 hours. Like that's basically his whole thing. Like he'll wake up, want to fucking go crazy for 10, 20 minutes. So after I walk him out there, I put him back in the bed. Then he's fucking gnawing on my hand and fucking trying to play and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go back to sleep, and so is your ass. So we not gonna do this shit.
He'll get the hang of it soon.
Yeah, no, but he's straight. That was cool. I literally went on I was like, because I had told you I was thinking about getting a dog soon. Obviously, I wasn't planning on getting one that quickly. I was just looking at it one night, that Friday night. I was like, let me see what puppies are out there, see if there's any boxes that I can find. And found this one and then messaged the dude. Didn't expect him to get back to me anytime soon. Messaged me back in like 20 minutes, like, oh yeah, you can go pick him up tomorrow morning. And I was like, well, damn, all right. Well, I guess I'll just go pick him up. Picked him up, $600 puppy. I was like, bet, $600 is a good price for, purebred puppy, like 100%. I'll take it. Take this nigga back. Breeder wasn't giving him enough water. He was dehydrated as fuck. So I had to take him to the vet the next day. And he had to stay there all day. That was a quick $1,800. So now my little $600 puppy is a $2,400 puppy. I was like, okay. I was like, you're a $2,400 puppy. You're not a golden doodle. So I was like, that's always cool. But I was like, all right. I guess you're my responsibility now. She was like, yeah. So, you wanna how do you want to pay it? And I was like, just fucking take it all out of my account now. Like I don't want to even fucking I would have put that behind me. So just take it all out.
That afterpay shit, this month you have $700 to pay. It's like,
because that should be pissing me off, bro. Because one, when it comes to that afterpay or that Affirm, I think is the other one that does it and whatnot. I never remember how long the duration of what I pay is, and I swear I feel like they'd be scamming me because they could charge me that for a whole ass year, and I would still be like, damn, I still haven't finished paying that off yet? And I wouldn't I don't even really know how to go back and check that shit. So I'd just be like, damn, bro, that shit is expensive. Because I did that.
People be hella surprised.
Yeah.
People be hella surprised when you want to pay stuff like that in full. Like, they'd be like, oh, how you want to pay it? Bro, I'm trying to pay that shit now. I don't want to, but I got to. It's good for my mental because it's behind me. I can recoup and we're done. It's done and dusted at that point.
Yes. And so because of that, I didn't really do any Halloween shit. Just trying to, fill out the new dad role, the new pup dad role.
Yeah.
But what I did kind of which is kind of crazy. I was thinking like, because I personally feel like Halloween is not as big as it used to be when we were kids, and I don't mean the spirit of Halloween. The spirit of Halloween is still alive and well. People dress up, people do cool shit, but I mean like actual Halloween trick-or-treating in itself. Like, I don't think kids really do that like they used to, but I also feel like, it's also not as safe as it used to be. Like, it's definitely not as chill to just let your kids, like, walk up and whatnot. But it had me thinking, we need an adult trick-or-treat. Like, I feel like that shit is more, it should be more for adults anyways, like just pulling up to a stranger's crib. Is definitely more equipped for adults. But I feel like it'd be dope as fuck if I pull up to someone's doorstep, like, ayo, trick or treat, and we crack a beer together. And so we just sit on the doorstep, just like drinking a beer.
That'd be vibes. I like that. Like that'd be something like, honestly, like in the future, if I was in a neighborhood, obviously I would expect to be living in a neighborhood with my family and whatnot, or even if I'm not with a family. Like I'm just living in a neighborhood and like I'm a single guy just there. Like, I'd love for that to be a thing, especially because, like, everybody's like, oh, that's childish if you trick or treat and stuff like that. It's like, I listened to something the other day and it was like, bro, why does every single person, and we're all guilty of it at some point in childhood, of like rushing to be an adult. Every kid is like rushing to be an adult. And then they realize, like for us, you realize being an adult comes with that shitload of responsibility. You got to pay bills, bro. Bills, and these ain't small bills. You gotta pay bills to live the lifestyle you want. Mommy and daddy ain't always be like, oh, here's a couple bucks. Like, I've said this before, it's like if I was in a tough spot, like I know my parents would help me out 100%, but it's like it shouldn't come to that. Like it shouldn't come to that. If it does, like it is what it is, but like, dog, don't rush your childhood. And I'm saying, like, for the people that probably, oh, that's so childish. No, that would be so fun. Like, you just go with your boys, and you're, like, going around the neighborhood, just cracking a beer. You could literally make it into, like, well, granted, I guess the caveat to that, Mike, is, like, people have, like, Halloween parties. A lot of adults will do, like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was just about to say that. Everybody throws a Halloween pregame. And so, basically, the trick-or-treat is, it's like, trick-or-treat, you just kind of pull up, they give you a beer, and you can, like, chill at their little Halloween pregame while you're drinking the beer or whatnot, eating some snacks, making conversation with some people you don't normally make conversation with. Then you finish your beer, like, all right, bro, like, let's dip out, let's check out the next house, see what they got going on. Everyone's got their own vibe at their pregame. That'd be a pretty cool, like, adult trick-or-treating type thing.
Yeah, and then, like this is like, today's Tuesday, like, let's not get it twisted. If you got kids, I get it, bro. Like, if you got kids, you got to handle your business. I 1,000% get that. But if it's like there's neighborhoods, and I know neighborhoods specifically that have, like, younger adults where maybe they have a kid, or it's like they don't have kids, or maybe they're married, or they're just, like, living with their significant other. Some people are just single in their houses, and it's a large majority of neighborhoods. It won't be big, massive neighborhoods, 400 or 500 houses type neighborhoods, but, like 50, 60 homes in a neighborhood, and like 30, 40 of them will have like late 20s, early 30s folks in there that don't have those type of obligations aside from their work day to day, and obviously, like we talked about, bills. And that'd be sick because it's a good way to connect with people on a yearly basis, just for fun. And granted, it does suck is during the week, but let's not get it twisted as well. Like, most people our age, like, not most people, a lot of people our age do still drink on weekdays. They just won't drink heavily. And I'm not sitting here trying to get trash with my neighbors. But, like, if we get trash together, we get trash together, and it's like, keep it moving. We're adults. We handle our business, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that'd be fucking fire.
Yeah, we're going to have to petition to make that a fucking thing, because, like, that would be dope. I'd be down to trick-or-treat again. But...
oh, hell yeah.
But besides the point, that was the update. I got the new puppy. But before that, like I told y'all last episode, I also went to a Dave Chappelle comedy show, right? And let me tell you, that nigga's the best. He is the absolute best. He has some jokes that, I would not dare mimic on this podcast at all because, Dave Chappelle's in a position where if y'all come at him, it does not matter. If you come at me, I will feel it and it will hurt. And I do not want that right now. So I'm not going to do that. But I did laugh at the joke. So if you do have the privilege of checking him out when he comes to your town or close to you, you will know what I'm talking about. He starts right from the beginning and gets going, and he does not pull back any punches. Every type of joke, every type of person you think he would make fun of, he gets right to it. It's great. And, when I was sitting there, first thing I kind of thought, I was like, damn, man, comedy is fucking great. And I've been to a couple comedy shows this year, and I'm like, all right. This could be something that I try to do more regularly because I love comedy. Me and my dad, we would go to comedy shows growing up and everything. And my dad and I, and obviously you, Sterling, and I can imagine that you probably got it from your dad, tend to have darker humor, kind of like our melanin skin. And and we can find light and humor into some pretty fucked up situations, but those are my favorite type of people. If you can laugh at fucked up situations or yourself, you are my type of person because then we can crack up. If you're sensitive over topics or you can't laugh at yourself and you get butt hurt, then I'm probably not gonna have too much fun with you. But that's beside the point. So what it really had me thinking was, man, what happened to comedy? Because Dave Chappelle's an anomaly in today's day and age. When I think about the golden age of comedy, I think about the comedy that our parents got to witness, and the on edge. I can't believe he said that. That was hilarious, and even the crowd reaction. I even find myself today, when Dave Chappelle will make a joke about a certain group of people. I laugh because I think that shit's funny. And even if it's, directed towards something that I can see myself in, I still find that shit funny. But what I also notice is I'll laugh and be like, damn, that's fucked up. I can't believe he said that. But niggas didn't used to do that back in the day. You would just laugh and just be like, damn, that shit was funny. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? What happened to society? What happened to comedy? Why is comedy becoming this thing where we all feel like we have to nitpick everything someone says? We have to get sensitive and butthurt over it. We don't have good comedy movies out anymore. I just don't understand it, and I thought it'd be a good conversation to have here on the pod.
Yeah, I think it's super cool that you got to experience Dave Chappelle live. I mean, I've actually seen his shows on Netflix, his Netflix specials, which are super, super funny. And he is, like you said, an anomaly in this day and age. I mean, the guy says, it's one of the things that and I hate things. People are like, oh, he's like that. But you remember when Donald Trump was running for president and then even when he was president?
Yeah.
You remember what people used to say about him all the time? He's just saying the stuff that people are thinking.
Yeah.
It's granted, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Donald Trump be saying some stuff. I'm like, oh, you ain't a comedian, bro. You're a whole ass public official.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how Dave Chappelle is. I see him. He says all the things that we're all thinking. Not to be offensive. I mean, and if you're offended by it, like Mike said, it's bro, we can't hang like that. We can't. If you're getting offended by a little racial, not even a slur, because he'll throw the slur out there, but a racial little poke, because it's just picking at a stereotype, nothing crazy. We ain't gonna freaking nip at you forever about it. If you can't do that, we ain't chill. But what's happened is, man, is nowadays, once cancel culture became a thing, comedy declined, and the idea of comedy declined as well, because I feel like people love comedy shows, like you're saying. People they enjoy them. It's a good way to let yourself loose, have a couple of drinks, just chill. Nothing it's not like you're going out to a bar, and not like you're going to a party. You can get entertainment from someone who's able to capture you in one moment and one joke at a time. And that's what it's the storytelling of it, because these guys are artists, just like the guys that rap and sing, and guys and gals that rap and sing. And right now with that, like, my personal opinion is a lot of it has been driven by this past cancel culture thing that has been like, oh, you can't say that. We're going to cancel you and make sure you don't get fame or recognition for it. It is quite frankly, it's like you cannot be that concerned with what people are saying. There's no way you can be that concerned. It's like if I said something to Mike, a Dave Chappelle-esque joke about black people, and granted, I know Mike in this situation. Say I was just saying it and blah, 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 shooting it, however. And Mike's like, oh my God. Like, bro, say that again one more time, and I'm one of those guys where I repeat it. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. And I say it again, he records me, he's like, this guy's saying racist stuff, or he's saying this, that, and the other. People don't care nowadays. Everybody's like, oh, we're so selfless. We care about everyone. No, they don't. Nobody cares about other fucking people. This is the most selfish society has ever been. Ever been. People are like, oh, I accept everyone. No, you don't. No, you don't. Nope. If you did, you'd be friends with everybody. You'd like everyone. You wouldn't dislike anybody for anything. You like murderers. You like people that do SA. You like all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I think it's just piss poor on the behalf of, like, personally, some of our generation that's kind of built this up, and even the younger generation built up this wall to be able to be like, say things that are out of pocket and not take them the wrong way. People take shit the wrong way all the time, even before this became a topic.
You know what I equate it to?
What?
I equate it to, so the girls that, like, if you ask, there's two types of girls. You ask them to rate themselves, and you got the girl that'll say, oh, I feel like I'm pretty, but I'm not the prettiest. I'm a 7. Then you got the bitch that says, I love myself. I'm a 10. Why wouldn't I think I'm a 10? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, and newsflash, spoiler alert, the one that says that is never a 10. It's never a 10. If you notice, the 10s are always modest as fuck and rate themselves lower than 10. I'm like, bitch, you are a 10. And in the one over here, I love myself. Why would I ever consider myself less than a 10? Because you ain't one. Because you ain't one, and the 10 beside you just said she's an 8, bitch. So how you finna be a 10? Like, what? That's what I equate it to, is people take themselves way too seriously. And so when these jokes hit, and the reason why they get mad is because he's really, what those jokes are doing are really tugging at your insecurities. And they see themselves in that, and they get really frustrated because no one likes to be the butt of the joke. But if you're able to laugh at yourself, and if you're able to be real with yourself, see, and this is a little bit of a tangent, it's a little bit off topic, but I do think it's important. Because some people think that loving yourself means that you have to lie to yourself and be completely oblivious to all your flaws. Loving yourself does not mean that you claim that you're a 10 when you know that you're not a 10. That is not loving yourself. Loving yourself is being able to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm a good-looking guy. I'm not the best-looking guy. I'm a 6.7 or I'm a 7.1 on a scale. But hey, I make that shit fucking work. And I'm a good 7.1 and I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to bag the 10. I'm still going to bag the 9. I don't care. Or at least I'm going to try. That person loves themselves. That person knows their flaws, knows their shortcomings, and does not hold it against himself. It's like, I know where I'd stack up to the next person. I know that this nigga beside me is 6'4" and fucking 250. I don't to most people's eyes, I do not measure up off first glance. But damn it, I bet he won't make your ass laugh. I bet he don't have no funny ass podcast. I bet he ain't out here, making good bread off of, I'm a 26-year-old making decent money, so, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's you're exactly right. I mean, because, it goes directly to that, like you said, they pull in the insecurities, and I think it's funny because, that, I knew exactly where you were second you brought up the girl thing. I've watched too many videos, and I'm just like, I'm speaking of that, but not to go on another tangent. But yes, I'm going on a tangent. I was watching. You ever heard the YouTube channel called Jubilee?
Yeah.
Bro, they be doing some out of pocket shit. But like,
yeah, those shits be funny as fuck.
Shout out Jubilee, get us featured on the episode. I will get a flight out to Cali anytime for sure. But I was watching the video. It's like 100 people have to decide who is the most attractive or who's the hottest. The word they use is hottest. So it starts off and it's like the 10 people that think are the least attractive of the 100, the 10 least attractive people of the 100 people need to decide to leave. So they go and break off a small group, they talk, and it's like, bro, I'm looking. And like some of these, honest to God, just not attractive people are just sitting there like, I mean, I don't really think it's about how you look. I'm like, no. It is about how you look. Nobody cares about your personality. Your personality can boost you up eventually, but I don't know you. I see your outside. Not joking, all right? So the 10 people leave. And I saw like 3 baddies in the first 10. I was like, yo, what is this trash? And then they break it down. They're like, oh, we're going to need another 40 people to leave. So they break, I think it's 40 people need to get down to 50 people, top 50. I'm sitting there, same thing. I'm looking at people, and then they get into the group, and they're like, all right, who decided to leave? No one. And then all it takes is one person to leave. I'm like, all right, I'm not. And I was looking at them. That group made a lot more sense of who was leaving. Like, I was seeing, I was like, oh, yeah, probably. Then they're like, all right, now we need to break it down to the top 10 best looking people in the group. And then 50-50 comes down to the top 10. 5 of them, attractive people, 100%. Like, I could see exactly why people would, men and women, mixture of men and women of the 5 that I thought were attractive people.
Yeah.
And then the other 5, I see a girl that looks like motherfucking Lizzo. Like I said, I'm talking straight physical, bro. We're not talking about personalities. I don't care, and I don't even like Lizzo's personality, so that she just really goes down the scale. But like
we done kick Lizzo's back in.
We done kicked her ass. But I see one girl that looks like Lizzo, and then I see another girl that is not. It does not deserve to be in the top. She's not an ugly looking girl. She's not pretty in my eyes. I'm like, why is she in the top 10? And then she brought up again, it's not about how you look. No one fucking cares. And eventually, when it came down to it, they ended up choosing the right person. It's like a mixed girl who absolutely freaking stunning, curly hair. Dude, fantastic looking. There's no business that girl should have ever even been occasionally. But I guarantee she was, because she was trying to be modest about herself. And they gave her a 10 out of 10. The group, like, outside audience voted her a 10 out of 10. Blah, blah, blah. And goes directly back to Dave Chappelle's thing. It's like, bro, you know, like, the funny thing is a lot of girls, even guys do too, man. Like, or days, anybody can do it. But, like, they go into these bad bitch, bad guy, like, that era of, like, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do stuff for myself, like, I'm that person, like, and they're some of the most, and unfortunately, in doing that, they think they're becoming better. They're not, like you said, addressing their flaws. And so when people like Dave Chappelle come and say the stuff that, you know, he says, then you sit there, oh no, like, why he say that? Like, oh my gosh, it's not even funny. Like, bro, he's not even talking to you. He's talking to you, but you. Like, nobody gives a fuck about you, dog. Like, this dude could come up here and say whatever the fuck he wants, and he can get paid bread for that shit. He can get paid your salary right now.
Right then and there. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just sad, man, because honestly, like, laughter brings everybody together, and good, real, unedited comedy is supposed to bring everybody together. When it's done right, and the problem is everyone is too hyper-focused on the joke that they see themselves in. That they can't even realize that, hey, bud, it was just your turn in the Rolodex. He made fun of the person beside you, the joke before. He's going to make fun of the person in front of you, the joke after, and the person behind you, the joke after that. These comedians will hit every single group. They're not leaving anyone out. Guess what? If you go to a comedy show, if I go to a comedy show, I expect for there to be jokes directed towards me inadvertently. Like, they weren't trying to do this.
You're going to catch strays.
Yeah, they weren't trying to do that. And if you sit in the front row and you're a sensitive ass nigga, who the fuck, like, bro, you ain't never been to a comedy show before. If you sit in the front row, especially if they're at a small venue, they about to roast every single one of y'all niggas. Every single one of y'all. Don't sit in the front row if you can't take a roast.
Yeah, crowd work for sure. I mean, bro, that's a thing in comedy shows. Like, every single comedian has a crowd work like segment where they're going to drill one to maybe 3 or 4 people in the front row. It might be all of them, depending on how long they're trying to make it be. Because some people are just naturally funny and they can just rip stuff out of their ass. A lot of them have sets, which is normal. You have set jokes that you're gonna hit on, it's gonna hit. That is what it is. But like, dude, I think like you said, it brings, just like music, laughter, that type of stuff brings everybody together. You can look around and you can lock eyes with somebody and laugh and literally feel more connected with them without even having to talk. I think right now, and like you said, I think that's part of the reason why, yes, comedy is definitely taking a turn. Like, movies aren't even the same anymore. Like, you can't even make an out-of-pocket movie joke.
They don't even make comedy movies anymore.
No, and if it's a comedy movie, it's a rom-com, and it's not even... Dude, I fucking hate rom-coms.
Yeah,
I hate them. Like, they are the most trash movie type of... And people, oh my God, rom-coms. Yeah, maybe like 2000s, early 2000s rom-coms, where it was like funny, that's kind of like, he's making, oh wow, that's a little, ooh, he was a little kind of a, because they always make the guys in the, it could sound creepy nowadays.
Yeah.
The things that they say to the girl. And it's like, if you don't take yourself, like you said, too seriously, don't take yourself so literally either. Like, you're not that guy. Like, you are not that guy and you're not that girl. Like, just as much as, honestly, I mean, we kind of are those guys, but like, I mean, that's just us tooting our own horn. I think I'm that, but I know I'm not always that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not always that guy, just as much as you know you're not always that guy. You should have that mentality, but don't take yourself, like you said, too seriously in the same vein while you're, because like, dude, life is only so long. Like, you can't just sit here and bitch and moan about every single thing that goes on. Like, if you go to a comedy show, you heard it from Mike first. I've never personally been to a comedy show. Definitely want to go to something, sometime in the future. But I know for a fact, if I go in there, I'm looking to laugh. I don't care what is said to me unless somebody in the crowd saying some out-of-pocket shit to me.
Yeah, no, that's different. That's different.
That's completely different. Like, bro, you're not the comedian. Like, you can shut your fucking mouth. Like, let me be. Let me have my gin and tonic and be fine, bro.
And if the comedian, like, you know, like he really found something when he locked in on you, started roasting it, he won't leave it alone. It's like, damn, nigga, I laughed at the first 3, but like, you not see this fucking ugly ass nigga 4 rows over, like, making fun of him, bro. Like, I ain't that damn funny.
There's a Key and Peele skit. It's about like, it's like a campaign, and it's obviously the light-skinned dude, the lighter-skinned bald guy is like the politician, and then the darker skinned guy is in the crowd, and they're like they're like advocating for like equal rights for like gay rights and all that stuff. It's like gay rights, and every time it comes up like gay, it is like always like goes to him, and then it gets to a point where he's like under the chair, and then they're like, and gay rights too. And like, and they look right behind him. There's like a dude, obviously gay guy, and it's just like funny, bro. Like that type of like Key and Peele is a perfect example, in my opinion, of guys that have like they found a really good balance when things were changing, where they were like, because when they first started, bro, they were out of pocket, bro. Everything they were doing, just like Dave Chappelle-esque, not so Dave Chappelle where he's using the internet, doing all this stuff. But man, they made it funny. They were like picking at every single ethnic group, every single group of people, every single sex, gender, whatever. Like, did not matter. You were getting hands. You were getting hands, and if you didn't have the hands, you know, eat a couple punches, bro, you were knocked out. It's easy. So, I mean, I really hate it because, like, I mean, and not to hate on my sister. I love my sister to absolute death. But, like, my sister is a product of what this generation has become. Like, very sensitive, which is nothing wrong with being sensitive. Sensitive dude, bro. Like, I'm a sensitive guy. Like, I don't let a lot of stuff get to me, but I'm a sensitive guy for ladies out there listening. But I also understand, like, I think things are funny. There are things that I think in my head on a day-to-day basis when I'm out in public that I'm like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have these intrusive thoughts like, damn, what if somebody just pushed him over?
Yeah. That should be fun, yeah.
I can't be going into too much detail, but...
and also the thing is, like, we have friends that we know, if they, like, good friends, and if they, like, were, if they were weekly listeners of the podcast, we would absolutely offend them on almost a week-to-week basis. Not because the jokes are even directed towards them, but because, you know, they're, you know, less inclined to take our humor as well as some people are. We are an acquired taste of humor. It's because we have real humor. And it's not that fucking new generation humor. We just laugh at shit. And shit is funny, bro. It really comes down to shit is funny, dude. There is funny situations, and no matter how bad the situation is, there is humor in it, I guarantee you. And if you can't spot it, I guarantee you me and Sterling can. And which is what we do most of the time on this podcast, is we spot the humor in whatever situation is going on. And there's a lot of shit that I would put in the doc sometimes, but I'm like, nah, we're not big enough to really give them. We're still on the up right now. Like, we trying to make it, but like, shoot, there's one of these days that I'm gonna really fucking go left field. And I'm gonna be like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I hope that, like, in my latter years, which, I mean, it honestly might not even happen, to be honest with you. But I hope once I get a little bit older, you know, still being me, like, you know, you're always a version of your childhood self. Like, you literally never lose that. Like, ever, bro. It should always, if you don't have an inner child in you, man, you are probably absolutely miserable.
You're probably a serial killer.
Probably a serial killer, yeah. Shout out my boy Jeffrey Dahmer.
I thought you were actually about to shout out some nigga you know. I was like, who the fuck you be hanging out with these days, bro?
Hey, shout out to Quandre. That's my boy.
That's racist. You know niggas don't be serial killers, bro. We one off.
Bro, it'd be wild. It'd be wild to that.
That'd be white people, bro.
That's fact. It is white folk. No, and there ain't no hate on y'all. It's just the truth.
That's hate, bro. That's hate. Y'all niggas be crazy.
Adolf Hitler. No, and that's no offense to the Jews or whatever's going on in Palestine. That's, I mean, like, he literally is the most notorious serial killer of all time.
Yeah.
But that being said, with you gotta have that inner child in yourself. One, and that comes in your humor, and that comes in the mistakes you continue to make as you get older too, because you still gotta grow, brother. And if you ain't growing, you probably might. Never mind. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't encourage that at all. But to the point, obviously, I know Mike. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, man. I'm very envious of, like, you been to see Dave Chappelle live. That's like that. I feel like anybody that likes comedy even a little bit, like, that's a dream of theirs. He's one of the greatest in the world to ever, one of the greatest to ever. And see him do it just as out of pocket as he is per usual is a treat, man. I'm super glad you're able to witness that. Hopefully one day we might be able to go see one ourselves. You and I, that should be funny as fuck. I mean, I can see myself right now.
Oh, yeah, we would be geeking, bro.
He's talking about your eyes right now, brother. No, he's talking about both of us.
No, he's talking about that nigga down there.
He focused up? Nah, man. But speaking of guys that are funny, kind of keep it on a cool, like, I don't know, he'd be kind of rated R sometimes, depending on what's going on. Our boy Kai Cenat. Yes, we know Kai Cenat. Just kidding, we don't. Shout out Kai. Please get me on. Hey, bro, shout me out at some point. Shout us out at some point.
Facts.
But Kai Cenat, if you didn't hear, is doing an IRL. If you guys don't know what IRL means, for the people that aren't gamers or live under a rock.
Or stupid as fuck. I'm sorry.
or just don't use Google. Kai Cenat is doing a in real life stream in jail for 7 days. So I've been keeping up with it a little bit. He's had some Drewski. I don't think has Offset been up there yet. I know he's supposed to have like Offset up there at one point.
I haven't seen any Offset highlights. I know Krishan Rock was up there for a little bit.
Yeah, and like it's funny. Drewski shit was funny as fuck, bro. He's funny as hell for no reason. He is funny as fuck. I gotta show you one of his could have been records. You probably saw the clip, but that shit was the Spider-Man one when he's playing NPC.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's all time. That shit had me. He said, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? So, back to the point. Some people are saying it's kind of corny. It's kind of a little bit weird that he's like doing like a fake, not a fake, but he's like living in jail with obviously all of his stuff, his PC, everything in there.
Well, it's like a mock jail. It's not like a real jail.
Yeah, it's like mock jail. But it's got a PC in there. It's got all the stuff to stream. I mean, the guy's got to still make his money and do whatever. He's got to stream it somehow. While others are really saying that if you listen to rappers speak about fake lyrics, what's the difference? So that's funny. Shout out Mike for that. That's a funny little segue. But that being said, I'll go ahead and just kind of give my side on this between the two. Like, do I think it's corny that he's doing it on Kamala, or it's just like, or vice versa? Is it just like listen to rappers and fake lyrics? I don't give a fuck either way. I ain't got a side. I don't care, bro. What do we say on this channel, bro? What do we say on the show? Get your bread however you gotta get it, bro. I am never gonna disrespect nobody's hustle. Disrespect it at all. Bro, there's a lot of fucked up shit people do to get bread. I mean, I may not like it. I may not think it's good, but I gotta respect it. I mean, they're getting it how they gotta get it, and I can respect that. And when it comes to him doing the mock jail thing, bro, Kai Cenat is a genius. Like, this guy is literally bringing on some of the top people in pop culture into this mock jail while he's streaming this for 7 days. Don't get it twisted. This man is already, like, he's done streams where he's asleep and tens of thousands of people watch him. Why are y'all watching him then? He's going to do something even more interesting now. He's going to be in a jail, and he's going to try to act it out. Bro, that's like putting me in a jail. Like, Kai Cenat is the definition of putting, like, Mike, or honestly, he might be worse than what we would be. Like, it's like the definition of putting Mike and I in a jail cell, a mock jail, and seeing us out. He's the nerdiest dude of all. He is a nerd. He does not belong in any type of jail. Mock jail, real jail, no matter. And then when it comes to the fake lyrics and rapper songs, you think I give a fuck about what the hell they talk about? The only person I be listening to is Drake, because he be low-key admitting he killed X and shit. That's it. Because he's really about that life, bro. Like, he's about it. So, I don't know where you stand. I'm kind of like, I don't have an opinion on it, like, because I just think it's stupid. People just don't. People just hate. People just they have a real life job. Their job is to hate everybody else and their grind and their hustle. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd be jealous of some people sometimes. That's what it is. But I ain't hate on them. That's fucking ridiculous.
I didn't really have a problem with it at all. I think academics had the best analogy when I was kind of listening to him break it down. So when I first heard that he was streaming a lot, he was doing an IRL stream in jail for 7 days. I initially thought he was going in a real jail, which to me would have been like premier fucking content. Like, I would have been locked on that anytime I had free time. That shit would have just been on screen. Like, bro, who knows what could pop off there? I was like, is he okay? Is he gonna be fucking? How's he gonna ensure that he's like safe and shit? Like, some of these niggas might not really be about that fucking little camera shit that he's doing. Like, so when I first heard it, I thought that was going to be the case, and I honestly got like really excited. I was like, dude, this guy is like, he's really taking shit up another notch. Because streaming, and I will segue into another conversation about streams after we kind of dive into this point. But streaming is really taking off. Like people are obsessed with watching these folks, and these streamers are becoming really big individuals in the content space and celebrity and well-known people space in general. So but academics had the best analogy. He was like, a lot of people thought it was corny because, one, he's faking the jail, and there's real people out here struggling in jail. Who gives a fuck about that? Nobody put them niggas in there. All right, well, there's some people who got put in there that don't need to be in there, but 90% of y'all niggas, I don't feel bad, bro. Y'all did some stupid ass shit, and you in there. So I mean, like, I'm not pitying you because some other dude is mocking what you did. That's whatever to me. But he said, like, the reason why people are up in arms is because they're not really looking at it for what it is. He was like, it's basically a Mr. Beast simulation type YouTube video where Mr. Beast sets up like a Squid Games and puts all these people in here and have them, go through the obstacle and see what happens. And that's essentially what Cenat's doing, where he created like a jail cell obstacle scenario situation. And he's just putting a bunch of people in there and just, creating content and let's see what happens. That's the mindset you have to go in the video to appreciate what he's doing. So I don't think it's corny. It took a little bit out of it for me when I realized that it was a mock, because what was exciting to me was like the unexpected of a real jail. Like what could really happen. And when I knew that, like, okay, for the most part, everything that's going on here is staged, then, it took a little excitement out of me, but it's still cool. Like, it's basically stage content. It's a comedy show. It's in real life, television that they're putting on in front of your eyes, and it's nonstop for 7 days. It's still impressive. So I'm not mad at it. And when we speak on rappers doing fake lyrics, like, it is what it is. I'm not mad at that either. Like, as long as the flow's hype, like, who gives a fuck? If I make a nice ass flow and I say I kill 7 niggas, like, bro, that's just what it is, dog. Like, I might put a teardrop under my eye because I really like that. At least my bars say they are. Like, shit, you might actually kill 7 niggas, but you can't rap it like I do, nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Who cares if you really shot 7 niggas? I made that shit sound nice on the track.
That's fact, bro. It's like, I'm not hurt by anything that, like, I respect the, bro, like, honestly. And speaking of streamers kind of lifting off, I don't know if you know Speed, right? I show Speed.
Yeah.
He was at the Ballon d'Or Awards, like the premier award show for international like the world of soccer.
Yeah.
And was getting pictures with every one of the stars. Everybody, bro. Like, he is a streamer. Like, that's not his day-to-day job. And that's why, like, bro, there's a little corniness in any type of streaming. Like, if you're streaming a game and you're talking over it, it's corny a little bit. It has its own way of being corny. But it's like, I'm not sitting here thinking it's corny. Like, I'm not, oh, this, because I've done it. I sit there and I watch streams sometimes. Like, there's guys I watch that play games that I've played and stuff like that. And some people I just enjoy, like, hearing them talk about certain things. And it's like, oh, like, that's kind of cool. But there's nothing wrong with him trying to go outside the box and, like, kind of like academics said. Like, he's doing exactly what Mr. Beast did. He's just not posting it in a video. And he will eventually post it in a video through the fact. Like, he will put it up on YouTube so he gets more money. So it's like,
yeah,
who's mad at that man? Like, well, that's so corny. And I know, the funny thing is, we know exactly what type of motherfuckers are saying it's corny. Because you know the only type of people that say the word corny?
What?
You know the only people that use the word corny?
No, nigga, that's why I said what?
No, niggas. Niggas are the only ones that use the word corny.
Well,
and that's
facts. Well, I mean, because the white people eat that shit up.
Yeah, I mean, it's goofy. It's goofy, and like I said, it's just like being, like, in a jail. Like, even if it's mock, it's like to see how we respond, bro. I'd still be tweaking a little bit. Even if I knew it was staged, I'd still be a little weirded out. Like, I don't like being in an orange jumpsuit all day. Like, fucking around, doing whatever. Like, I see my people at Drewski. I mean, I don't know if your son Rock is my friend, but, like, be there. Like, I think Blueface is actually to come in, too, at some point. It's got to be, it's a day left, right?
I mean, if Blueface and Cristiano Rock were in there at the same time, that might be just as dangerous of a situation as real jail.
No, it would be. It'd be probably worse than real jail because the officers ain't really real. They don't really care about this. But, I mean, bro, I think it's premium to a certain degree. Like you said, it definitely takes a... Okay, like, it's still cool. But he's going to continue doing stuff that's out of the box. It's going to be like, oh, like he's trying to put himself in real life situations that most people aren't going to want to put themselves in necessarily. Not like crazy dangerous ones, but like ones that he can mock up and do whatever. And he will continue to make money off of this, and he will continue to make great content. And like
he's
his
great
job.
at making that content, and it's basically the new reality TV. And so, one question I had that I wanted to run by you too is, are streamers the new rappers? Because what I've noticed is that if you really pay attention, rappers are going to streamers to get clout. And I feel like a lot of people think that these streamers are getting rappers on their stream so they can get clout, but I really look at it the other way around. I think these rappers need to be on Kai Cenat's stream to get that like stamp.
Why do you think Offset went up there? Why do you think Offset went up there a couple weeks ago, bro?
Exactly. It's like the Breakfast Club. It's like if you're gonna to say you've made it, you gotta hit these publications. You gotta hit the Breakfast Club. You gotta hit Kai Cenat. You gotta get a Bobby Altoff interview. That's when those are all like the stamps of approval. I'm here. I've arrived. And I feel like rappers now. I feel like the rappers get more out of joining the stream than the streamer gets out of the rapper coming on their stream.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I think it's two reasons why. One is you're touching an audience that isn't always your like number one audience that you're making. Typically, Kai Cenat's got a lot of people that probably listen to Offside and the people that for 21 Savage, etc. Because everybody listens to those folks to some degree. 21 especially, but it's broadening their horizons. And even Drake talked about it on his song. He said, most of my homies are streamers making more money than you. Like, basically saying, I make more money. They make more money than all you rappers do.
And they
do. And they do, bro. Like, they're not making, like, Kai's a genuine guy because the guy has a broken-ass chair in his stream setup, a fucked-up chair that he's had since he's been streaming. This guy makes so much.
Stupid, bro. Like, somebody like Aiden Ross, he signed that $75 million a year contract for 2 years. That is basketball players don't make that money, bro. Like, these niggas are really out here. What's the one kid that's blowing up? Neon. I don't know if you've ever watched Neon.
Yeah,
that motherfucker's
yeah.
wild, bro. He just be saying some fucked up shit.
Oh,
and I can't even lie to you. Like, I don't watch the live streams, but I'll watch, like, the clips that come up on YouTube. And I'm like, this shit's, like, intriguing. I think people like that it's so raw. Like, they're just streaming. And personally, I think I would prefer more the IRL streamers than like the ones that are just kind of like sitting down and reacting to shit. I like the ones that are just living, like moving around and just have a camera crew follow them and they're just like out and about. To me, that shit is like really good content. Like, I don't know. I'm a fan of just very raw content, which is why like this podcast is very raw. We don't cut shit out really. Sometimes it's like there's a fuck up. We're not really cutting anything out. We're not like, this is not super produced. This is just, we have some topics, we sit down. I don't know what you're going to say. You don't know what I'm going to say. We don't have a direction that we want to take it. And, you know, we really don't even know how long we're going to talk on a topic. Like, we just sit down and we just start fucking talking. And that's what I like. And that's what I feel like people are grabbing to. And the reason why I think rappers need the streamers more is because they have the youth. The youth is watching streams. That is, like, I feel like that's a huge transition to content. Like, streaming is just now, it's kind of like making its horizon. And a lot of these big streamers now are going to be like Mount Rushmore streamers that kind of pave the way for what the space will eventually become. But I think that is going to eat a lot of market share when it comes to content. Because people are really gonna, you can't fabricate a live stream, and you can't bullshit an 8-hour live stream. You like the real you's gonna come out eventually. Like, so for the people who do YouTube or blah 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 blah, and they cut up a bunch of shit and they look real perfect and they're always like got this persona, and even the rappers always have this persona, this prestige around them. That, oh, I'm tough, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you get on Cenat live stream for 7 hours, we gonna find out if you really that nigga like that. Like, if you really like that, because you can't fake that for 7 hours, bro. Like, the camera's gonna catch something, and that's what people like about it. Like, if you chilling there and, you start letting your guard down, like Offset, and, I'm sure Offset's really like that. I'm not questioning Offset, but, like, when he's on the live stream with Cenat, he just look like a dude hanging out with dudes. And it's just good content. It feels good. It's like, damn, this nigga a real nigga. Like, he ain't like, he's just really hanging out with these guys and they really just having fun like fucking kids. They really look like big ass babies, like hanging out in that fucking mansion, which is dope content. So I mean, I thought that like, I really do feel like these rappers need these streamers. Because the streamers hold the youth, and it's in real time. And if you go up there and you have a good content space, and you have a good 7-hour window where you're with these people and you have fun, man, you can hold those new fans for life. Like they'll ride with you for life off of the IRL stream because it just feels really real.
Yeah, and ultimately, why, remember, back in the day, people still do it now, which I think is so fucking weird and corny. Not even corny, it's just weird. It's like back in the day when people used to do, like, CD signings and shit, right? Like, because you get to meet the person and, like, your celebrity in, like, person, or, like, your favorite artist in person, which there ain't nothing wrong with doing that. I think it's great, especially when you're coming up, right? Like, you got to do those things. But, like, when you see people being real as fuck on something that's, like you said, ain't taped, ain't scripted, because, like, people are, that's what vlogs are. Vlogs, when you put a vlog up on, they cut some shit out of there. Don't act like they didn't cut. There's some guys I watch, no offense to Good Golf. I think Good Golf is super, super cool. I love the content, and I really enjoy it. And I like because it's long form for me, so like I don't like watching a bunch of other videos, having to find another one, that sort of thing.
I'm the same way, yeah.
So like but they're still family friendly to a degree. Like they don't curse or anything, obviously because it could demonetize their stuff. I get that. Like they would be about to cuss and they'll cut it, and like that's. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. If they're cursing, I don't care. But obviously for their brand and for what they're trying to do, and for the money they have to make, because they're extremely successful, over 1 million subscribers. Like guys are huge, but like there's certain ways you have to go about it. Like Kai, Aiden Ross. Like we got one of the best freestyles. Honestly, one of the best freestyles I heard in a minute off of Aiden Ross's stream.
Yeah.
From hey, shout out my boy Tori.
Down bad Tori.
That's my fucking guy. Fuck you, Meg Thee Stallion. That's some shit. But like, I mean, bro, like it's so cool because people really think these guys are some weirdos because they really are all nerds. They're just all like, and they're so normal looking. They're the most normal looking guys on the planet.
Yeah.
Like Aiden Ross is one of the most normal looking dudes I've ever seen. Genuinely ever seen. Like
and Neon, he's like a fucking like he just looks like and they're hanging out with these bad ass fucking Instagram models and YouTube famous chicks, and so a lot of these normal ass kids see themselves in these streamers and seeing them finally bag these badass chicks, and they're like, oh damn, I can be like Aiden, I can be like Neon. And if you can make somebody feel that way, then you're gonna capture them, and that's just gonna go crazy.
That's what it's all about, bro. Like I mean, that's the persona. Like that's just about being a person, bro. That's how friends and like in your own personal life that obviously you're not always streaming or doing whatever. It's like you gotta be around people that are gonna inspire you. You're gonna want to be like them. They bring out the best in you. All that other all that little soft shit. But like ideally, bro, like that's what like is more realistic. I know in every space at this point, everyone's like, oh, everything's saturated. Everything's fucking saturated at this point, bro. The internet exists. Everything is saturated. It does not matter. You have to find a way to find a niche and then work your way through that market, make a community, and then build up from there. That's what it's all about. And that's what all these guys and gals continue to do. They'll grow their brands. Like, if you want to be on Instagram, for all the ladies out there and for any guys that want to be Instagram influencers, you go do your thing. And I'm never going to tell you not to. But, bro, that's not where you find, like you said, people that you can connect with that are going to be ride or die with you forever. It's like the streaming shit, bro. Like, you really get to understand who somebody is day to day, how they move, how they talk, how they interact with people, what do they like to do, like those sort of things. And I think it's super dope. I really think it's super cool because I've been watching streams since 2016, 2017. It got put on Monty from college. Shout out Monty. But I was watching like gamers. I taught some IRL streams. They weren't even really big IRL streams back then, but like just like here and there, like people just talking and doing whatever. But I'm super happy that like this is a bright spot in this generation, in my opinion. Like it's a bright spot where the internet has social media and it has really destroyed a lot of stuff, like we were talking about earlier when it comes to comedy and all that stuff. But this is a bright spot, and this is a great opportunity for people to like understand like it doesn't matter what you want to do if you just do it right, bro, and enjoy it the best way you can and try to make other people like ideally the goal is to make money from doing anything that you enjoy, to monetize it to some degree so you can live off of it. But do something you love and then passion. Nothing but good things can happen, bro. And I think it's super fucking sick. Cenat, you are an absolute inspiration for anybody out there. I think it's super cool what you're doing. And I mean, there's videos of him like talking. He made like when he hit like 100,000 subs or something like that. It's crazy, bro. Like that shit almost brought me to tears. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, she's like, you made it. Like you made it. Blah blah blah. First of all, I want to put that in perspective for y'all motherfuckers. $5 is the minimum subscription on Twitch for a Twitch sub to like subscribe to a streamer. they get about $3 of that, depending on your HQ. About
$300K a month.
$300,000
before advertisements.
Before advertising, before any other endorsement stuff that they do outside of the advertisements off of Twitch. Brother.
Not including their YouTube channels.
YouTube channels, any TikTok, any other platforms that are on Instagram. Yeah, bro, when we say they're making bread, like if you start figuring out how the numbers look, they start looking dumb.
If we get to that point, oh my God, these podcasts gonna be funny as hell because I'm gonna be ignorant as shit. You can't tell me nothing, bro. We gonna be out here fucking saying whatever.
I'm like, we'll get Bobby Altoff to come on our show our show, and you say she gonna be in that character. Well,
hell no.
Nah, bro. She about to crack on the press. She's been cracking a lot as of lately. Interviews, seeing her, but yeah, man. Like, I think it's super sick. I'm super happy that Kai is doing something different and continuing to change up the face. But speaking of rappers needing streamers, because shit, my boy might need one.
Look at the road with the solid segue. That might have been one of your best.
Oh, yeah. This man, Lil Baby, previewed a new snippet. It's a little 23 seconds of him in a limo with. The guy he's with looks familiar. I don't know who he is, but he looks familiar. But he's in a limo with some other guy. Obviously, my boy, Lil Baby, is absolutely faded. But this snippet's fucking. Let's call it how it is. Let's call it how it is. It's trash. Is it time, Mike, for us to have a Lil Baby fall-off conversation? Because, I mean, shit. This one was... he was doing stuff. He said...
Just chilling in that, like... Dude, it's been fucking time. And I've been saying it. I've been alluding to it for a while. I mean, I guess I hadn't strictly said he's falling off, but I've been saying that he's on a tight leash and his next project is extremely important to the remainder of Lil Baby's legacy. And I'm going to say this right here. Lil Baby might have the most disappointing fall off of any rapper that I can think of in recent memory. And because he was Lil Wayne, all the best rappers from our generation all claim Lil Baby as the next guy. They were like, he's my favorite rapper. He could not miss. And he couldn't miss. When he came out, he reminded me so much. I thought that he was going to be. And people put this label on so many rappers, this generation's Lil Wayne. They put that on so many rappers. And I really thought Lil Baby had a chance to do that. One, because how often he was putting out music and how well it was sounding. Two, because he kind of had that, like, yeah, I don't really know what he's saying, but I know he's saying something that's pretty hard. Like, he kind of had that in him, too, and he was killing features, which is all a resemblance of Wayne, and obviously, like, Drake took a lot of that too, like, because Wayne's his predecessor. Drake did a lot of those same things. And so it looked like Lil Baby was lined up. He looked like he was ready to go. And then he hit this wall. And what the problem is these rappers have one flow. And what helped Lil Baby is his flow was killer. It was killer. And it took a while till we got drained of the flow. And he's so talented lyrically that I felt like, he can find another flow. Like, he's going to evolve. And he just does not evolve. It's like he's stuck on these same sounding. He's not even really changing the beats. And this new snippet, the beat's different. But how is the beat going to be like the most different beat that he's ever rapped on, and he still rap on it the exact same? Like, I just don't understand, to be honest. Like, it's disappointing because he was the only one that I looked at from the landscape that I felt like was worthy of the torch, that was worthy of moving rap game forward. And I know we speak about this all the time, but
we spoke about it before on a pod previously. I remember we spoke about this. We literally said he's got to be the guy. This was like back when we first started doing episodes, bro. Literally, like one of the very first, maybe the first, within the first 5, probably, back in like February, March. Guarantee, and we literally said he has to do it, or this shit just going. We don't know we don't know what's going to happen.
Now there's no one else. Who else? If it's not Lil Baby, who else?
Drake's about to stop making music. J. Cole about to stop making music.
Kendrick never made music.
Kendrick gonna be like, oh shit, he gonna wake up, he gonna be 55 years old, but I'm gonna drop an album. Like, no, bro, it's too late, bro. It's too late. Like, we're in our 40s, we got kids. I can't be bumping this shit when my kids are in the front, bro. I can't do it. My wife would kill me.
Kanye can't get enough good press out there to drop an album. So he's got to take a long hiatus because of how much bad press he puts out there, and he can't drop an album. It's pathetic. It is really. Hey, but he got an album coming out with fucking. Or they say he's got an album coming out with Ty Dolla $ign. I'm not too crazy about like the Ty Dolla $ign part, but like new Kanye, I'm sure the music will sound good. But whatever.
Yeah.
My point is Lil Baby. He's really and what I think is going on is I think that because what we didn't have back in the day with our rappers is the money wasn't as accessible as it is today. These niggas are getting to insane bags the moment they blow up. The moment they blow up, there's so many different ways to get money. And so when you see them now, the drive and the hunger, it just doesn't last as long. And the drive and the hunger is what makes the best music. When you look back and you think of, oh, why can't Drake make another Take Care? Why can't Lil Wayne make another Carter 3? It's because the niggas were trying to get to the bag when they were making that. They got the bag now. That hunger, you can't just replicate that. You can't just go in the studio and be like, all right, I'm going to rap like I need to eat tonight. Like, you just can't. You can't do it. And so these niggas they touch 100 mil in the first 2-3 years that they're rapping. So they already gone through what used to be a 5 to 7 year rap cycle in 2 to 3 years because they've touched so much money, and now they're unrelatable. Now they have not shit to rap about. Now they have no hunger and no real need to rap. They can go to a club and just show up and get paid $50,000 because they showed up and leave in 10 minutes. They literally show up. The DJ points them out, hey, we got Lil Baby in the house, blah, 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 blah. And then they just walk out, $50K, boom, mine. I would have hit every single, if I was on Glenwood, I'd hit every single goddamn club. I'm in Dogwood, $50K, boom. I would be $50K.
I walk in, motherfucker, and I be on the shits, bro, quick. I be like, yep, don't let that girl come in here, bro. If she want to come with me, she need to go to the room. Don't even bring her to the booth. Don't even bring her. I won't even be here that long. You won't even have to be here that long. And I'm telling you, bro, one of the most disappointing things for me is that, like, it's the fact with this particular snippet, like I said, this shit is fucking. But, like, it's just like, he really think he got something. I hope the rest of the song is better than this, bro, because that's the hook.
That's the worst part is he think he was on something. Have you seen the video of Roddy Ricch when he was previewing that new song? And like the live stream started off with 11,000 people, and it just kept dropping. He was pissed as fuck. That's what I felt like when Lil Baby released this snippet.
Nah, man, and like my boy Jack Carlo, shout out the white boy out there, bro. He put a snippet up that we were talking. We were literally talking.
I know you didn't just do that shit. This dog just woke up, walked to the corner, and fucking pissed. You gotta be fucking cute. And don't come over here trying to look all cute now. Like, what the fuck? Alright, what were you saying?
You know what's funny?
You woke up for like 2 seconds. You've been up for 2 seconds, my nigga.
Hey man, that's the first thing I do when I get up. Come on now.
Hey, go back. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
I don't want y'all to witness him discipline.
Oh, you got the shit now. Oh, you got. Oh my god, bro. Bow.
Hey, Bow.
All right.
Cool. But
we have one more topic after this, dude. That shit wet as hell.
Dude, you gotta clean that up. Just go clean it, bro. Like we can do what we gotta do. Like clean it up. I don't care.
No, we'll run it. Go ahead.
You don't walk in that room next to me. Like, he gonna be waking up on deep from this shit. Motherfucker. But yeah, Jack Harlow just got the snippet. Fucking gas, and we were talking about it prior to the pod. I'm like, damn, this shit's fire. But we were like hoping it's not like First Class, where we both weren't fans of it. And I'm hoping it's opposite for Lil Baby in this song, and then his album don't suck. Because, like you said, if this next album sucks, it's a wrap, my G.
It's a wrap.
Hey, that chain you were pulling on in the car, you might need to go and hit the pawn shop with that one, bro. Because you really might fall off Sprite. They gonna take away your fucking deal, and you ain't gonna have no more other endorsements. You be sitting on it, and yeah, man, go back and laugh. Like, I don't even know what the hell you saying, but guess what, brother? It ain't working no more.
Cardi B got it figured out because she out here. How's she out here? One of the biggest rapper ever, and had one album in 6 years. Like what? Like she got it figured out. She ain't even gonna let nobody say she fall off. She ain't giving us another album.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. She ain't even trying to put out one because, like you said, the money is so accessible now. Where if you get to the bag, however you get, bro, get to your bag. Don't make a fool of yourself. And then this motherfucker, he must have just dropped every single piece of artwork he had, artistry he had. In the first 3.5, 4 years he was rapping, because that shit is just dry as the bottom of the fucking well. Like, he is literally, that actually makes no sense. But I was gonna say dry as a, you know.
I'll tell you what's not dry is this fucking shit that smells fucking terrible.
You know who else is shit?
Who?
Our boy Chet. I'm just joking.
You tried it.
But nah, I don't know if you have any final thoughts, and
I'm through, Lil Baby.
Speaking of that, you know we got to hit on some sports. The NBA season just recently started, regular season, not that preseason bullshit. And we obviously have the two renowned rookies coming in the league. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama and then Chet Holmgren. They're starting their young careers off pretty strong, both of them. Right now, Victor Wembanyama, through his 3 games he's played, is averaging 15 or 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and shooting 45 from the field. While we've got Chet at 15 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 61 from the field. That being said, the question it begs the question: do we think it's going to be Chet or Victor Wembanyama or somebody else being Rookie of the Year this year?
Is it my go? You want me to start off?
Yeah.
I will start off. All right. Listen, Wemby is an absolute freak. He looks unreal on the floor. Like if you've seen like the side profile videos of him guarding somebody, and it looks like you see him on one baseline over here by the 3-point line, and the other nigga doing a pick and roll on the other baseline. Somehow he stole that ball, and it's over here stealing balls from the other side of the court and shit. Like he looks crazy to me, and I think like everyone's hyping him up, but to be honest, he looks every ounce of the hype. And you know, if you're someone who's like me, who has trained his eye to see past what is today and what can be in the future, I see nothing but greatness in his career. Absolute greatness. And here's why I think here's why I like Chet better than Wemby. Wemby has everything. He's 7'5". He's an anomaly. We've never seen anybody like him. He has all the intangibles. He can hit you with the, that shit I used to be hitting Sterling with all the time, blow by his breaking.
What you mean? You get to another camp. Should I do a stop for pull up? Stop for pull out. Russell Westbrook that shit, bro.
Hey, but just like Russell Westbrook, I hit that lane. You already know. I hit him with the. All right, so essentially, why I'm more of a Chet guy over Wemby, and I'm not necessarily saying Chet's gonna have a better career. I'm not necessarily saying, but what I will say though is when Chet and Wemby go head to head, I think that Chet will get the best of them more than Wemby will, because when I watch Wemby play, this is what I say to everybody when I talk about basketball, when I talk about players. I remember I had a biggest debate with some of my fraternity brothers back in the day about Kyle Kuzma or Brandon Ingram. And I went with Brandon Ingram over Kyle Kuzma over one simple fact that everyone overlooks but is the most important when it comes to basketball players and individuals when you're considering who's better than the other. And it comes down to one thing, and that's dog. Dog always wins in basketball. People overlook that all the time. You can't have this smiley ass fucking nigga who's always polite and shit. That ain't gonna do shit for you on the court. I guarantee you, dogs win. Michael Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, niggas are dogs, bro. You ain't fucking with them. And even if you fuck with them, bro, they're not phased. They're dogs. And I see more dog in Chet than I do Wemby. And when they play, the style of play, like Chet is really, to me, he plays like kind of pissed off. He plays like I'm trying to prove something. Wemby is just like, he's just good. Like, he don't really seem like he's mad. When he does something good, obviously he does the fucking, fucking shit. We all do that. That's just commonplace. I feel like we come out the womb. I feel like when you're a 2-year-old baby and you fucking put the ball in that little 3-foot goal, the kids already know to do the flex and whatnot. That ain't mean nothing. But like, fucking Jokic was like, Chet's really good, but he needs to get fatter. And Chet was over here like chirping back at him, was like, it's hard to get bigger when you ain't fat, nigga. Like, he didn't say nigga, but he did say that. So I'm like, bro, this nigga's got dog in him. He looks like he ain't scared of nobody. He ain't scared of no moment. And although he's not as tall as Chet, he's got all the skills. He's got the same skill base. And when it comes to individual players, I'll always go with the dog. I'm going Chet Holmgren for Rookie of the Year, as long as the storyline and the media prop up doesn't take over for Wemby.
I think that's the hardest thing to fight, man, because like it's the same thing like the Patrick Mahomes effect. Like the Patrick Mahomes effect is a thing, bro. They talk about Patrick Mahomes like Patrick Mahomes, Messiah, the Messiah. That man came from another planet, basically. I think Wemby's fantastic. I've watched a few of his little highlights just as much as I've watched Chet's as well. Obviously, you're going to see Wemby a bit more because he was number 1 overall, even though Chet was only number 2, literally right behind him. I do agree with you. I think Chet does have that dog. I definitely don't think. I think Wemby's got that little French savant fit with him, where he's kind of, he thinking about French kissing the girls and shit, some weirdo type. I do believe that when it comes down to it, I think Wemby will win it for 2 reasons. One, you already mentioned it, the media. 2, I think he is going to be hard to guard his first year in the league because they're going to have to learn how to guard. Chet is a difficult person to guard. He's 7'1", dribbles the ball like you had mentioned even prior to the pod. Dribbles KD. The guy's got swag. He's got this, that, the other. I think he's great, man. I think he'll be a really good ball player. That's barring health for both of them. because they're both long and lanky, and they got really tall. And we know that typically goes with guys that height, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But one, like I said, is media, who is going to be hard to guard Wemby in his first year. I don't think. I mean, think about it. LeBron is 6'9", but LeBron weighs 260 pounds. That's what they say. That boy is. But, like, 260 pounds. LeBron can't guard Wemby. He can't guard him. Wemby don't even have to back him down. Throw the ball up. Throw above the rim. I know
that's the thing. They're pushing him outside of the paint, and he's just turning around like fucking and just like he can still dunk it.
That play, bro, when he was literally inside of the key.
Yeah.
And was like, and reached out to the 3-point. I was like, nah, dude. I'd be like, hey, coach, get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. This is an alien. I don't want to play against it. That would piss me off, bro. That would genuinely piss. I'm like, nah, that's not even funny, bro.
Would that piss you off more, or would I hit you with the? Which one used to piss you off more? You know what I mean, I don't know. Both of them pretty nasty when I think about it.
I think it's gonna be. It'll be a fun race. Like I said, barring health, barring no injuries. That's what I mean. Like, I really hope they both stay healthy throughout the entirety of their career, which is nearly impossible at this point because these NBA stars sit more than they play at this point. But it's going to be hard for Chet to overcome the media standpoint, let alone the ability that people have to guard with me. But the head-to-heads are going to be the thing, like you mentioned.
That's going to be great. And yeah, you're right. The media is definitely going to make it tough for him.
It's hard, bro. It's hard.
It's hard. And one thing that we're seeing with these two guys, because I do want to make this point, because a lot of people used to say this all the time, and I think this point was short-sighted. A lot of people used to say what Steph Curry did for the league was revolutionize it for the little man, so the little man can, become suitable enough. It's a game that a little man can adapt and be able to take it all the way to the pros, because Steph is obviously not the biggest guy. He's not small by any means. He's taller than any of you regular niggas. I know he looks short on the screen. He's taller than all you regular niggas. He ain't regular. But he still had a game that's adaptable for shorter niggas to play and, be good at. And a lot of people say he revolutionized that game and allowed for that to happen. But to me, that was a short-sighted point. What we're seeing today is what Steph Curry really did. What Steph Curry really did was force the big man to play like a little man. And what we're about to see is the macro effect of Steph Curry. And the macro effect is that because it's so important to play like Steph, or to have some capability of that in your game, that we're going to see a bunch of 7 foot, 6'10", 7'5" niggas, tall, lanky ass niggas hooping like KD and Steph. That's what he's really going to do. And it's going to migrate back to tall players again. Like, I guarantee you, all that's happening, the short-sighted was, the little guys saw it and they could adapt it quick because, that's their style of play. It was easier for them to adapt. But the macro, bigger picture is that it forced the big dudes to learn how to play like that. And once they learn how to play like that, it's over again for short niggas. The league is going back to tall. And those players are going to be insane. They're going to be players that we've never seen before. Hence, Wemby and Chet, and obviously KD is already like that, but we're going to see that more regularly.
It's funny because they're literally like NBA my players, bro. Like, you make these guys like 7'6" and just jump from the free throw line, bang on anybody. It's unfair, and I do agree with you. That's ideally not ideal, but that's basically what Steph to the league is made of. Because, like, over the past probably 6 to 7 years, all you've seen is big men shoot. Like, you do need a power big man. You need somebody that can be that guy that your Kevon Looney's, your JaVale McGee, like he was back in the day. Like, you need those guys. But Brodsky, I don't know. it's going to be hard because I feel like I said it earlier, it's like the health for those guys at that size is so hard to maintain. It's an incredible task to stay healthy at that size, no matter if you're 7'1", 200 like Chet or 7'5", 210, 215, 220 like Wemby, and still light. Bro, that's the only thing I fear, and I hate it for them because, like, they got foot issues all the time. And I'm like, brother, like, I don't have the problem with wearing a size 20 shoe, bro. Like, look, I ain't got that issue. And I'm sure, that equates to a lot of other problems too. But we ain't here to speak about that. We're here to speak about basketball. So when it comes to the game, I think that ultimately it will do its cycle. I think you're right. It will make the big man become said like Steph, like a Kevin Durant, like basically Kevin Durant's been doing since he came in the league. But ultimately, health is going to be the biggest issue that's going to basically stunt that from being a norm for too long. And I don't want that for anybody, but I know that's just the facts in the human anatomy and how we work, like our bodies work.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for both of these guys' young careers. I mean, there's a couple other real fucking trash, to be honest, except for what's his face from he's like a guard. I don't know what team, but I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But most of the other rookies are trash. But they look scared, bro. Like that's what they do. Like they always wonder why these guys get to the league like they were stars in college, and they get to the league, and it's like they don't know how to play no more. I'm like, bro. It's confidence. These dudes have been flying on confidence since they were in high school, bro. Like since they were in high school as like probably freshmen. Since they're like 14 years old. They've been riding a crazy confidence like they could do nothing. And then they get to the league with dudes that not only are probably better than them.
Definitely better than them.
But are just as fast, just as quick, stronger, more experienced, and know what the hell is going on.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's the first time in a lot of these rookies' lives where they're not the clear-cut guy. Like most of these... Every single person who got drafted, I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at their childhood from the time that they were in middle school all the way up into the point they got drafted, they were that nigga. It's very rare that like they were just some dude riding the bench and then one day it just all clicked. Like they had been that nigga every single grade that they've been coming up, and it was like, oh, no one can touch me. Oh, ninth grade, no one can touch me. Oh, senior year high school, no one can touch me. Oh, okay, I'm at Duke, no one can still touch me. Oh, I'm really like that. And then Steph Curry comes and hits you with the and like, damn, I can't touch this.
Dylan Brooks, where'd you go?
And that's like a shot. It's like a shot to their like you said, to their confidence. Like they've never had to persevere through that. They've never had to work their way up to be the guy. They've always just been the guy. And so a lot of times you see people who you see those players that are drafted in the second round that come up and, they work hard and they become better role players than some of the higher round picks. And it's because those guys, while they were always still like the guy, but they probably had to work at being the guy at some point in their life. They were always just walking the court and no one's been able to touch them. So I feel like that's probably a big play in it too.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know anything about sports, the people that aren't big sports watchers or listeners or just keep up with it a ton, I mean, like, confidence is everything when it comes to sports, especially male. I mean, not even sports, female sports too.
It's all sports, yeah.
Dude, like, if you come in, like, it's like for you played soccer. Like, if you would have ever taken a penalty kick, like, penalty kicks are like one of the most nerve-wracking things you can do. And I've never taken one personally myself, but just from what I hear and what I see, it's like that's one of the most nerve-wracking things anybody can do. Whether that's in a penalty shootout or just like that, if you don't have the confidence, bro, you'll sky that thing. You'll try to too much. You might just flat out like hit it soft and miss kick it. Like there's all different things you do. Just as much as taking a jump shot, bro. It's like when dudes are like feeling themselves. That's why they say like when a shooter sees the ball go in, it's confidence for them. They're like, oh shit. That's why they're like, we don't want to let Steph just see stuff go in.
And what happens when they lose that confidence is they start thinking about what they're doing. And that's the worst thing you can do in sports. If you're thinking while you're playing like shit. If you go back and you think about all the best games that you've ever had, if you were an athlete, if you were playing sports or whatever you're playing, to be honest, if you think about when you were at your best, a lot of the times the coolest plays you ever did, when somebody asks, bro, how did you do that? You're like, honestly, I don't even know. Like, it was just instincts. Like, all the coolest shit I've ever done in my life, it was never like, oh, I'm about to hit Sterling with the and break his ankles. I would just do it. So, I mean, like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just nice.
I mean, that's the truth, though, man. I mean, it
is the truth. See? Clip that. Clip.
It's everything should be reactionary when it comes to sports. Like, you put in the work in practice to build that muscle memory. Do it in game time. You don't put it in during the game. Like, yes, you're always practicing and harnessing your craft, but you work to it. It's like, it's one thing a coach tells you to run a set. Like, he's like, oh, I want you guys to run so-and-so motion play that we got. All right, cool. Like, after that, bro, most of the time they got set plays in basketball, bro, don't work. Like, set plays in basketball don't work. It's like,
fuck your play. It's always like, 2. Yeah, fuck you, nigga. We about to do 3.
We're doing 3, and that means ISO, me.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, pass the ball to Steph, pass the ball to KD, pass the ball to LeBron, etc., so on and so forth. Whatever superstar you want to use, don't even use Kawhi Leonard's name in there because that boy ain't a superstar no more. He's just there. He's just there for the money, and he keep moving. Shout out James Harden, somehow getting another finesse. This guy is a finesse. Absolutely appalled at how he is able to do this all the time, and he still ain't gonna win a ring. Like, how you gonna go to the old man squad? That's what just happened. What's the old man squad? He said, "What's good? Hey, what's good, Paul?" He said, "What's good, Kawhi?" What's good? What's good? Hey, that's an L, bro. You got Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden on the same team. You really think that shit gonna work? Ain't no fucking way, dog. That's three forwards. That's 3 motherfucking forwards.
Yeah.
3. Like, they ain't even, Paul George isn't like that no more. Paul George is still gross.
He's still nice. But the problem is Harden and Westbrook aren't, like, they don't resemble championships. Like,
nah. Russell wants to win. James, he acting like he want to win.
James don't act like he want to win, bro. He'd be right after a game, he at the strip club. Shit, right after a loss. That nigga don't give a fuck.
He got an addiction, bro. Like, hey, we advocate for whatever help you need, my man. I know you don't need no bread, because if you need some bread, that's a problem. Give some bread to me. Give some bread to Mike and I. We'll do real well with it. Trust me. Like, trust me. I trip the church.
It's in good hands.
It's in great hands. Actually, do you need me to manage it? I mean, I can do it. I mean, if you really want to play around, like, we can throw some stuff.
It would be like Oprah, like, he only signs off on anything that's over $1,000. I'd be signing $999 to Michael Bynum.
Hey, look, every 8 hours, bro. Every 8 hours. Or Mike, how'd you make so much money? Ah, man. Kept on coming. That $2,997. I don't know what was going on. It was crazy. Well, that's so specific. Don't ask. Don't ask. Hey, that trip to Turks and Caicos and a trip to Dubai. I mean, I appreciate that, James. I mean, I'll manage it for you. So, right, man. You'll have some money left over. Don't worry. Like, it'll be good.
Yeah,
Like,
you'll have enough for some lemon pepper wings at that strip club.
Yeah. And tits and grits, man. You'll have a couple extra bucks, bro. Like, I'll leave you a couple grand. Like, you'll be all right. You can tell you changed and shit. You'll be good. But I mean, I'm excited for this NBA season. You know, granted, I'm not to the playoff start, but like, I'll keep up with Chet and Wemby because that is something to keep up with. I keep up with the Warriors because Steph has been on a tear at the beginning of the season. It's just
such a beast, bro. Such a beast.
What's wrong with him, bro? Like the first thing I thought to myself, and it's so sad, is like, dude, I really hope he stays healthy. That's the first thing I thought. Yeah. I immediately thought that. I'm like,
first thing I thought was like, why the fuck didn't we trade Clay for Jaylen Brown? Clay is so washed up, bro. I was saying that, bro. You got to get rid of Clay, dude. He's holding that team back. He's holding Steph back, bro. Right now he is. As much as I hate to say it because I love like Clay's game, he's just a solid hooper when he was healthy and, you know, before the injury. But he is holding Steph back so bad. Like, he needs another 1-2 punch. Just get Steph anybody, bro. Like, someone who can just guarantee 22 a game, and, like, they're not losing many games.
They literally could not. You saw what happened when he had another guaranteed bucket on his a.k.a. Kevin Durant. You saw what happened when that motherfucker was playing with him. They said, "Oh shit, these are the superhumans." They're playing. They're playing what's the
Monstars from Space Jam.
They're playing the fucking Monstars. Them motherfuckers were unbeatable. I don't want to hear no trash or slander against Steph Curry. And look, LeBron need to get his old ass to keep moving, bro. I don't know what the fuck he doing now. Like he looked so old playing now. Like,
yeah, I mean, he gets his stats, but it just looks different, right? Like, yeah, it just looks like old doing it.
Yeah, he's like, all right, like lay this shit up, like he don't be dunking like he used to, bro. Cause then I know that killing him. Yeah,
you know he'd be shit popping and shit.
Well, I don't know if you saw the Dre Beats commercial with him and when it was like talking about like it was fire, by the way. If you didn't,
no, I haven't seen it.
Definitely watch it. Savannah's like over. She's over him, and then like Erling Haaland, if you've heard of him, he's the soccer player that's like huge star, super young guy. It's like do it again, prove him wrong. It's like they say you want to play, like you won't play another year, like blah blah blah, oldest player in the league. Like say you want to play until your son comes in the league. How about you do it again, like with his younger son? And it's like it's badass, bro. But I'm like, nah, bro. If he wait till Bryce gets in the league, he really fire body up.
Yeah,
and he don't. And he taking he takes crazy care of his still breaking down. That just goes to show you, bro. You jump, whole life, straw, quick cut your whole life, and don't have a bunch of injuries. Bro, it's gonna come. It comes around because as Charles Barkley says, and as my dad always reiterates, you can't fight Father Time.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. But that being said, for the fellas out there listening, dun 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 dun.
I thought you were about to run it for a second. All right.
No. Fuck that. No, I love that.
All right. Well, that was a good pod. We'll end it there for the night. Looking at the clock, looks like we made good time for once. So I'm happy about that. That was episode 30, ladies and gentlemen. So for the fellas out there listening, listen, my guy, they only want a 1% nigga. 1%, not 2%, not 3%, not 5%, 1%. If you got some work to do, you got some work to do. It's okay, but you'll get there. 1% nigga. Remember, 1%. Drill it in your head. Quit your bitching and get your bread up. For the ladies out there listening, he don't want you, sweetie. Trust me, he don't. He texting Taylor and Ashley with the fatty, with the Arby's, with the meats. He all up in that shit. I'm telling you. You over here wondering why he's not texting me. And then they flash over what he's doing. He's He's spazzing right now. Having the time of his fucking life. So please move on. But it's okay, girl, because listen, you're still beautiful and powerful, and we'll always love you. It's the After Dark Podcast. Until next time.